if you took you away from your sales job, or took me away from my role, or you away from, let's say you had a sales job, a specific company, you would still be a good communicator, you'd still know how to speak, you'd still have charisma, you'd still be a man of status, you'd still know how to walk, you still have a presence, you still know how to behave, right? There are certain people in certain establishments where if you strip them of their title, they're nothing. If you took Harvey Weinstein away, or Weinstein, whatever his name is, away from Hollywood, he's just a fat, old, ugly dork. That's all he is. He's only something because of Hollywood. Outside of that, he's nothing. These are the people who end up using their influence in whatever sphere they're in to do negative things, because outside of it, they ain't shit. If you're a real G, if you're a real man, if I was in Hollywood, I was a real man, I wouldn't have to use Hollywood to get girls. I'm fine. I think a lot of this stuff is run, I think a lot of these people who are doing these things are just not very good or very impressive people. Oh yeah, you may be a big shot in Hollywood. Delete that from your resume. Who are you? Oh, you ain't shit. Sit down and talk to these people. What have you even done with your life? You ain't shit. You made it to the top of Hollywood by what? Who even knows how you got there? Wink, wink. You got there through whatever. So I think that's what a lot of this stuff is. And going back to everything we've been saying so far, Andrew, how do you solve pedophilia? I think if a man has a healthy sexual relationship with women and has options and feels respected by women and enjoys the company of women and women like him and admire him and look up to him, he will have no desire to go down the route of sexual perversion and chase children. I don't think he ever would. Why would he? Right? What my cousin said was only a joke. But sometimes there's a degree of truth in the humor. He's a young, good-looking black guy on the football team. He gets girls. Why would he do this dumb shit? When you see some fat, overweight video game loser, they're the ones on the TV doing it. So, once again, like nearly any problem on earth, whether it's pedophilia, whether it's school shooting, whether it's men's mental health, whether it's women's mental health, whether it's female promiscuity, no matter what it is, whether it's crime, no matter what it is, how do you fix the problem? By building men of caliber, by building men of capability and status and honor and dignity, and by building men of ability to be good standing citizens who are respected by their peers. All of it comes back to improving men. All of it. Every single problem you can possibly name, even pedophilia, comes back to building strong men of capability who are respected. That's all. It's the baseline of humanity. Men always has been the baseline of humanity. And that's why nearly every problem we can name, whether it's pedophilia, whether it's anything else, school shooting, whatever, all of them are in a direct negative correlation with masculinity. As masculinity plummets, all this garbage is going up through the roof. Is that a coincidence? Absolutely not, really not. You can literally see it with a graph, and you can see it happening. Saving the way men think and operate, growing a new generation of men who understand they have duty to themselves, their last name, and God, literally saves the world. All of it. And I'm telling you, the reason this Hollywood garbage happens is because outside of Hollywood, none of them people are mildly impressive in any regard. And that's why they have to do the disgusting, heinous things they do. And that's why they're going to attack me and pretend I'm a fucking predator, and that I'm the bad guy, and that I'm dangerous to women. When truly, people like Philip Schofield are the ones who are doing it, but they're part of the club. And that's what actually upsets me, truthfully. I'm a difficult man to affect. And I understand that I'm in the middle of a war here, and I understand that one way or another, with God on my side, I will win. But it is extremely frustrating to have people who commit X crime with impunity accuse you of X crime. That's a very uniquely annoying scenario. When somebody who does something themselves accuses you of it when you're innocent.
Not allegedly. They've been caught.
And they accuse you of it.
Big difference.
And then they sit there and go, it's a terrible thing to do. You do it. All of these liberals and elites attacking me do it. And I don't. And I'm the one who's sitting in a fucking dungeon for it? It's insane.
What should be the punishment for that?
I think attacking innocence is the most heinous thing you can possibly do.
Did you hear what DeSantis announced?
No.
Death penalty for that.
Well, I think absolutely. They're innocent. Attacking innocence is the biggest act of cowardice. It's cowardice. Attacking innocence is the biggest possible act of cowardice. Even, you don't shoot an unarmed man. Even in war, there's the Geneva Convention. There's supposed to be a degree of rule. Someone can't defend themselves. There's no need to hurt them. These people can't defend themselves. Attacking innocence is the most heinous of all crimes. And children are the absolutely most innocent thing on the planet. And I'd like to think that I'm rational enough that not much would drive me to murder, but I know what would happen if someone hurt my children.
Should they be castrated?
I think they should face an extremely heinous punishment. Now, the death penalty is fantastic. I also think from what I've just been through, and it was only 3 short months, I think a nice long life of solitary confinement will do just fine. I really truly believe it. And I truly believe that we need to make that clear to the world. But the problem is, the world we're living in, the people who are in charge of the world have no obligation or no intention of stopping what's happening. They want to accelerate what's happening. That's what's scary. Because they could put punishments in place which genuinely stop this shit. And I don't think they are. In fact, they're promoting this shit and trying to say that you're born that way. Because when you're born that way, once again, you have no control. It's not your fault. It's not your fault you touched that kid, you were born that way. Not your fault you're fat, you were born that way. Not your fault you're a school shooter, you were born that way. This is why I have a problem with psychologists. Every single time you ask them anything, it's not your fault. It's something else's fault or someone else's fault. And I don't accept that. I accept absolute and utter ruthless personal accountability. Absolutely everything is my fault. Every action I undertake is completely my fault. If I do something wrong, it is my fault and I should be punished for it, me. And that should be implied on every single other man on the planet. And the second we start doing that, dumb shit might stop.
It's a powerful message. We're at the end of it, so if you got anything.
Well, this is going to be more of a lighthearted question to end on a lighter note. But
Are you going to ask about who's a better actor, Al Pacino or Robert De Niro? Actually, a real question.
That's your question.
So I got a question. Do you like both actors, Pacino or De Niro?
De Niro hates Trump, right?
Yeah.
They both do. They both do. They both do.
Oh, they both do?
Yeah.
Oh, fucking hell.
So now you got to go on their merit.
Uh-oh. I don't know then. They're both on the wrong team.
Scarface or Goodfellas?
Yeah.
So this is actually a funny question, lighthearted question, but it is about your legacy.
Sure.
I don't know if there's anybody in the world, when I say a country, oh, I'm going to this country, they say, well, you must be going to see Tate.
Yeah.
If I told my mom, we're not supposed to talk about this, hey mom, I'm going to Romania. Are you going to see Andrew Tate?
Yeah.
If I told that, hey, anybody, I'm going to Romania, they're going to say, oh, you're going to go see Tate.
Yeah.
That's how synonymous you are with Romania.
Yeah.
The irony is that